Thank you for joining us on Data Cloud Now, where we bring you the latest in all things data in business and industry. Today, we are exploring how one company plans to disrupt the hiring industry. I'm now passing things off to our DCN correspondent, Gautam Srinivasan in Bangalore, India. Enjoy.
Thank you, Ryan. I'm Gautam Srinivasan, and welcome to Data Cloud Now. Joining us is Krishna Bhargav, Chief Architect and Head of Data at Joveo, to talk about how the company is looking to disrupt the hiring industry by putting the right ad in front of the right candidate with a data-driven approach. Krishna, thank you so much for taking the time. The job market worldwide and in India, it's kind of moving from this pull to push model. So I want to understand from you, how are advances in ad tech helping companies find the right candidates?
Yeah, so that's a great point, right? So candidates' behaviors have been changing over a period of time, right? It's no different from any consumer out there or any kind of customer who is purchasing on e-commerce or who is doing some sort of Prime membership viewing on Netflix or any of these sorts, right? Let's say if you talk about any sports person who is like, let's say your shoes got weared out and you are a running customer, or like you are into sports, and you want Google or these sort of big companies to push you notifications saying that, okay, your shoes got weared out, you have to go up and buy. And that is no different from a job, right? Like now we need to understand if a person or a candidate is at the verge of switching a job, and especially in the Gen Z world, right? Because now that you are into 2022, especially the right age where 21, 28, 22 years people start working. And these people are more around into Facebook, TikToks, Instagrams kind of the world. Long gone are days where like people go into job boards, browse all the points and then apply, right? So that's where I think the shift of push model that you're talking about and the marrying of the ad tech and the talent acquisition is going to create this innovation wherein you are going to reach out to the candidate, and for this we have to build in a lot of data for the customer. Like, what exactly he's doing outside? What is his in general experience, right? And is he ready to make that switch? So all these points needs to be considered, and we'll create that 360 profile and then act on it.
All right, and I want to understand, how is a data-driven approach helping Joveo kind of as a programmatic jobs ads platform in driving efficiency, lower cost, and driving more value for its customers?
Right. So if you understand the recruiting media agency, right? So we have companies like Adecco, Randstad, who are very big staffing agencies. We have a very big ride-sharing app in our account. So all these companies are putting in money for finding that right talent out there, right? Now, if they have to advertise a job, there is no single place, right? They have tens of hundreds of different job sites and they don't even know where to go for. So the core problem which Joveo is solving is making them understand where you have to put your job ad in the right manner. So this is where I think our data science team and MLAI comes into picture, because we understand how well we want to use their budgets, because every talent acquisition team will be giving with budgets, right? No company will say, okay, you can go and unleash however you want to and like then get the talent. So within the frame of that budget, how do you want to go and find the right place to place your job ad? And all the terms that you specified, right? Lower cost, efficiently, short time, everything is an optimization problem, right? And for that, you need data. And without working or making that data to put into work, I think it's very difficult. That's where our AI data science model will come into picture.
All right, Krishna, we are at the Snowflake Data Cloud World Tour. So I want to understand more about the association between Joveo and Snowflake, and how Snowflake has kind of helped you change the game when it comes to recruitment media buying.
So first thing is to address on that recruitment media buying, right? Because Snowflake is the platform as a fundamental, giving us that lever to solve this problem. And this problem of recruitment media buying is a very complex one, right? We are talking about Joveo deals with 20 million job ads on a day-to-day basis, and we publish almost 2.5 billion events every day. So in order to make this optimal recommendation, you have millions of data points to look for. And it's not an easy thing, right? Like to get some insights out of these many data points. With Snowflake, it's easy that your maintenance effort is gone. You don't want your engineers or data science or data engineers to put a lot of effort in terms of managing, just pushing data here to there. It's all solved problems. You don't want to reinvent the wheel. You want your companies to solve your core problem rather than indulging in just setting up some reliability aspects and these sort of. That's where the build versus buy decision is a day-to-day work like for everyone. So with that, Snowflake as setting up the fundamental cloud data warehouse, I think it's enabling us far better than what we thought of.
All right. And Joveo is making significant investments in India. So what new initiatives are in the pipeline to improve your growth and revenue picture?
Right. So especially in India, we are investing in the talent, right? Because whatever we are discussing is purely from our own talent as well, because optimization, AI, ML are kind of could be buzzwords, but you need that human calibration. Like you need that human excellence. Employees and our research team, DS team, product team needs to think of the problem and optimize in, day out. So I think our primary investments in India go in figuring out the talent who is solving this problem from both engineering, product and all. We hire from top colleges. We have people from Harvard as well. So I think it's all about how you are solving your final customer problem and completing this end-to-end funnel so that you can gear up or level up your overall business value.
All right, before we let you go, what's the North Star for the Joveo tribe in terms of harnessing technology to make that recruitment process better?
People struggle with that funnel, right? Like now, let's say whenever you are talking about an ad, 1,000 clicks might get converted into 100 applies. And out of 100 applies, only 10 gets shortlisted. And out of 10 shortlisted, only 1 get hired. So there is a lot of wastage in the overall funnel that we are talking about at every step. Either it could be companies putting money for that media or the recruiters doing that shortlisting of converting this 10 to 1. So the North Star metric for Joveo is, can I get this number to 4, 3, 2, 1, right? Like 4 clicks, out of them 3 applies and out of them 2 shortlist and 1 get hired. So that will completely reduce the wastage, not just in one industry, in the overall industry, and for the recruiter productivity as well. And because the companies who is trying to put an ad, the final goal is hire, right? Like why would they even go and publish it? So overall, like this is the North Star metric, and it's not a small thing, right? Like there's a lot to do there, and every industry is different that way. And like you need to focus a lot on data, and all the fundamentals of data technologies like Snowflake and everyone will be going to enable funnel towards that.
All right. Well, that's how Joveo powers the world's smartest recruitment teams via data-driven innovation. Krishna, thank you so much for joining us here on Data Cloud. Now, pleasure speaking with you. And of course, thank you to our viewers for tuning in. We've got more interviews lined up at the Data Cloud World Tour India series. Don't go anywhere.